In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose 10 popular snack brands hiding excessive sodium, synthetic dyes, and chemical preservatives behind their bold flavors and familiar packaging. Plus, I'll reveal the 4 brands that actually deliver satisfying crunch without the toxic trade-offs. Stay until the end, because number 1 will completely change how you navigate the snack aisle. Let's start with what's probably sitting in your pantry right now. 10. Cheez-It. Starting at number 10, Cheez-It has been a household staple for generations. Those little orange squares that seem harmless enough beside a bowl of soup or packed into a lunchbox. But flip that familiar red box around and the ingredient list tells a different story. The very first ingredient is enriched flour, not cheese, meaning you're eating processed wheat before you're eating anything resembling real food. The oil blend presents another concern, potentially including soybean, palm, or canola oil preserved with TBHQ, a synthetic antioxidant that keeps fats from going rancid, but has raised questions among health researchers studying its long-term effects on cellular function. Each 30-gram serving delivers 230 milligrams of sodium, which doesn't sound alarming until you realize how easy it is to consume 3 or 4 servings in a single sitting. For adults watching their blood pressure or managing heart health, those numbers add up quickly over the course of a week. The cheese flavor that made Cheez-It famous comes largely from processed cheese cultures and flavor enhancers, rather than the aged cheddar the marketing suggests. What your grandparents remember as an occasional treat has evolved into something quite different from its original recipe. 9. Pringles. At number 9, Pringles occupy a strange space in the snack world. Not quite chips, not quite crackers, but something engineered in between. That distinctive curved shape and uniform texture should tell you something. These aren't sliced from actual potatoes. The ingredient list confirms it, starting with dried potatoes reconstituted and mixed with wheat starch, rice flour, corn flour, maltodextrin, and modified food starch. This is essentially potato-flavored construction material pressed into molds and fried. The original flavor contains 150 milligrams of sodium per 28-gram serving, moderate compared to some competitors, but still significant for a snack marketed as simple and classic. Mono and diglycerides appear on the label as emulsifiers, keeping the manufactured texture consistent across millions of cans produced worldwide. The cylindrical packaging that keeps chips from breaking also keeps them shelf-stable for extended periods, requiring the kind of processing that strips away anything resembling fresh potato nutrition. For older adults who remember when chips meant sliced potatoes fried in oil with a little salt, Pringles represent just how far industrial food science has strayed from that simple formula. 8. Oreo. Approaching number 8, few cookies carry more nostalgia than Oreo. The ritual of twisting, dunking, and savoring that cream filling has spanned generations of American households. But that beloved cookie has accumulated ingredients that would puzzle anyone who ever baked cookies at home. Sugar dominates the recipe, followed by palm oil, soybean or canola oil, and high fructose corn syrup, meaning multiple sweetener sources combined with multiple fat sources in ways home bakers would never consider. A serving of just 3 cookies contains 14 grams of added sugars, approaching the daily limit that health organizations recommend, and delivers less than 1 gram of dietary fiber. You're consuming concentrated sweetness with almost no nutritional return. The chocolate wafers get their color and flavor from heavily processed cocoa and artificial enhancement, rather than from quality chocolate. For adults managing blood sugar or watching their weight, 3 cookies represents a significant portion of their daily sugar allowance before they have eaten anything with actual nutritional value. The cream filling that made Oreo famous contains no cream at all, just sweetened vegetable shortening, whipped to mimic what butter and cream would provide. 7. Little Debbie. At number 7, Little Debbie built an empire on affordable indulgence. Those individually wrapped snack cakes that seemed like special treats when lunch money was tight. The cosmic brownies that children love represent everything concerning about modern processed snacks. The ingredient list begins with enriched bleached flour, meaning wheat stripped of its natural nutrients and then artificially fortified. Corn syrup follows, along with palm and soybean oils preserved with TBHQ, the same synthetic antioxidant appearing across multiple concerning products. But the truly alarming additions are the artificial colors. Cosmic brownies contain yellow 5 lake, yellow 6 lake, blue 1 lake, red 3, and red 40 lake, a rainbow of synthetic dyes that several European countries have restricted or banned. These petroleum-derived colorants serve no purpose except making those candy pieces look more vibrant. Polysorbate 60 appears as an emulsifier, and artificial flavors round out a product that resembles homemade brownies in shape only. For older adults who remember when brownies meant chocolate, butter, eggs, and flour, Little Debbie represents a troubling evolution toward chemistry over cooking. 6. Hostess. At number 6, Hostess Twinkies have achieved almost mythical status in American snack culture, supposedly surviving nuclear apocalypse and never spoiling. That reputation should concern anyone thinking about what they're actually eating. The ingredient list reveals why these cakes seem immortal. High fructose corn syrup, sorbic acid, potassium sorbate, polysorbate 60, and mono and diglycerides create a preservation system that extends shelf life far beyond what any home-baked cake could achieve. Artificial flavors provide the taste that real butter, eggs, and vanilla would supply in an actual sponge cake. Yellow 5 and red 40 add color that baking would naturally create. The company's quality control came into public question when the FDA issued an expanded recall of Hostess Raspberry Zingers in August 2020 because products were developing mold before their printed Best Buy dates. If even their heavily preserved products can fail, it raises questions about the manufacturing processes consumers trust. For adults who grew up with Hostess as an occasional lunchbox treat, understanding what those golden cakes actually contain changes the nostalgic equation considerably. 5. Sour Patch Kids. At number 5, Sour Patch Kids have transcended their candy status to become a cultural phenomenon, but their ingredient list reads like a sugar chemistry experiment. The very first ingredients are sugar, invert sugar, and corn syrup, 3 different sweetener sources combining to deliver maximum sugar impact. Modified cornstarch provides the chewy texture, essentially acting as an edible adhesive, holding concentrated sweetness together. The sour coating that makes these candies distinctive comes from tartaric and citric acids, which can erode tooth enamel with regular consumption. A 5-ounce package contains 26 grams of total sugars per serving, and most people consume far more than 1 serving when enjoying these candies. The vibrant colors come from yellow 6, red 40, yellow 5, and blue 1, all synthetic dyes that health advocates have questioned for decades. For older adults managing diabetes or cardiovascular health, Sour Patch Kids deliver pure sugar with 0 nutritional benefit and multiple artificial additives. The sour then sweet experience might be nostalgic, but the metabolic consequences are entirely modern. 4. Funyuns. Entering our top 4 worst offenders, Funyuns have fooled consumers for decades with the word onion right in the name. But these ring-shaped snacks contain almost no actual onion. Enriched cornmeal forms the base, with onion powder appearing far down the ingredient list after multiple processing agents. Maltodextrin, a highly processed carbohydrate that spikes blood sugar rapidly, appears prominently alongside monosodium glutamate and hydrolyzed protein, both flavor enhancers designed to trigger craving responses in your brain. Each serving delivers 210 milligrams of sodium, contributing to the daily intake that accumulates quickly for anyone eating multiple processed foods. The crispy texture comes from deep frying in vegetable oils, adding processed fats to the processed carbohydrates. What markets itself as an onion-flavored snack is really a delivery system for salt, MSG, and manufactured crunch. For adults who enjoy actual onion rings made from sliced onions dipped in batter, Funyuns represent how industrial food science creates imitations that satisfy immediate cravings while delivering none of the actual food they claim to represent. 3. Cheetos. At number 3, Cheetos have achieved iconic status with their bright orange color and that distinctive artificial cheese dust coating fingers everywhere. But that familiar fluorescent shade should raise immediate questions. The color comes from yellow 6, a synthetic dye derived from petroleum that has faced scrutiny from health organizations worldwide. The ingredient list reveals enriched cornmeal as the base, followed by vegetable oil and a complex flavor system including maltodextrin, monosodium glutamate, and both natural and artificial flavors working together. Each 28-gram serving contains 250 milligrams of sodium, and the puff texture means you can consume large volumes without feeling satisfied. The cheese flavor that made Cheetos famous comes primarily from processed dairy derivatives and flavor enhancers rather than aged cheese. MSG specifically triggers responses in your brain that make stopping difficult, which is exactly why these snacks feel impossible to put down. For older adults watching their sodium intake or concerned about artificial additives, that orange dust represents concentrated processing, not concentrated cheese. The convenience that made Cheetos a household staple comes with trade-offs that accumulate with every handful. 2. Doritos. Coming in at number 2, Doritos. Nacho cheese flavor has defined party snacks and late-night cravings for generations. But the bold taste that made them famous comes from a complex chemical system rather than actual nacho ingredients. The chip base receives its flavor from maltodextrin, monosodium glutamate, and both natural and artificial flavors combining to create that distinctive taste your brain remembers. Artificial colors, including yellow 6, yellow 5, and red 40, provide the orange-red coating that distinguishes nacho cheese from other varieties. 210 milligrams of sodium per 1-ounce serving adds up quickly when you're sharing a bowl at a gathering or snacking alone watching television. The flavor system triggers the same pleasure responses that MSG enhances, making portion control genuinely difficult by design. These chips were engineered to be impossible to eat in moderation. For adults managing cardiovascular health or watching their blood pressure, Doritos represent a concentrated sodium and additive delivery system disguised as corn chips with cheese flavoring. The nostalgia of parties past carries a heavier cost than most consumers realize. 1. Takis. Taking the number 1 spot as the snack brand demanding the most caution, Takis Fuego rolls pack more concerning ingredients into each serving than any other mainstream snack. A single 28-gram package contains 420 milligrams of sodium, nearly 20% of the daily recommended limit in what most people consider a small serving. The intense lime and chili flavor comes from a cocktail of additives including monosodium glutamate, hydrolyzed soy protein, and artificial flavors, all working together to create that aggressive taste profile. The bright red color comes from red 40 Lake and yellow 6 Lake, synthetic dyes that have faced restrictions in multiple countries. TBHQ appears as a preservative, the same synthetic antioxidant raising questions in other concerning products. The combination of extreme sodium, multiple MSG sources, artificial colors, and chemical preservatives makes Takis the most heavily processed mainstream snack available. For older adults whose palates weren't conditioned to such extreme flavors, Takis represent how far snack engineering has pushed beyond anything resembling real food. These rolled tortilla chips deliver maximum chemical intensity with maximum health trade-offs, earning them the top spot on our warning list. After exposing the chemical offenders, here's genuine hope for snack lovers who want satisfying crunch without the toxic compromise. These 4 brands prove that delicious snacking and clean ingredients can absolutely coexist. 4. C8. Starting our safer list at number 4, C8 has built their reputation on grain-free alternatives that don't sacrifice flavor for clean ingredients. Their sea salt tortilla chips contain a simple, recognizable list: cassava flour and starch, avocado oil, coconut flour, chia seed, and sea salt. That's it. No synthetic dyes, no MSG, no chemical preservatives, no ingredients requiring a chemistry degree to pronounce. The chips are fried in avocado oil rather than industrial vegetable oils, providing healthier fats and better flavor. C8 holds non-GMO certification, meaning independent verification ensures their ingredient claims hold up to scrutiny. For adults with grain sensitivities or anyone simply wanting to avoid processed corn and wheat, C8 delivers authentic tortilla chip satisfaction through alternative flours that digest differently than conventional options. The company was founded by a family managing autoimmune conditions, so their commitment to clean ingredients comes from personal necessity, not just marketing strategy. 3. Jackson's. At number 3, Jackson's sweet potato chips prove that exceptional snacking requires only exceptional ingredients. Their sea salt variety contains exactly 3 components: sweet potatoes, avocado oil, and sea salt. No preservatives extending shelf life, no flavor enhancers tricking your palate, no artificial colors making the product look more appealing. Just real sweet potatoes sliced and fried in quality oil with a touch of salt. The sweet potatoes are verified non-GMO, and the product carries dairy-free and paleo certifications for consumers following specific dietary approaches. The avocado oil provides healthy monounsaturated fats rather than the industrial vegetable oils. Dominating conventional chips. For older adults seeking satisfying crunch with ingredients they can picture and understand, Jackson's delivers without compromise. The natural sweetness of sweet potatoes means less added salt is needed for flavor, and the simple ingredient list means less worry about what you're actually consuming. 2. Lesser evil. At number 2, Lesser Evil has made minimal ingredients their entire philosophy, starting with popcorn that needs no improvement. Their Himalayan pink salt organic popcorn contains just 3 ingredients: organic non-GMO popcorn, organic extra virgin coconut oil, and Himalayan salt. No artificial colors appear anywhere on the label. No artificial flavorings mask the natural popcorn taste. No preservatives extend shelf life beyond what quality ingredients provide. The organic certification means the corn was grown without synthetic pesticides or fertilizers, addressing concerns about contamination that affect conventional corn products. Their coconut oil provides healthy fats and subtle flavor enhancement without the processing that makes industrial vegetable oils concerning. For adults who remember when popcorn meant actual popped corn rather than butter-flavored chemical coatings, Lesser Evil represents a return to how this snack should taste. The Himalayan pink salt provides trace minerals absent from heavily processed table salt while delivering the satisfying saltiness that makes popcorn enjoyable. 1. Simple Mills. Taking the top spot as the best snack brand available, Simple Mills has mastered the art of clean ingredients without sacrificing the satisfaction that makes snacking enjoyable. Their fine-ground sea salt almond flour crackers use a short, comprehensible ingredient list: almonds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, tapioca, cassava, organic sunflower oil, sea salt, onion, garlic, and rosemary extract. Every single component is something you could find in a well-stocked kitchen. The crackers carry gluten-free, grain-free, corn-free, non-GMO, project-verified, and vegan certifications, meaning multiple independent organizations have verified their ingredient claims. The almond flour base provides protein and healthy fats that processed wheat flour cannot match. No synthetic preservatives appear because rosemary extract provides natural antioxidant protection. For older adults seeking crackers that deliver satisfying crunch alongside actual nutritional value, Simple Mills proves that clean eating and delicious snacking belong together. The flavor comes from real garlic, real onion, and quality sea salt rather than laboratory-created taste systems. This is what snacking should be: real food, simply prepared, genuinely satisfying. There you have it. 10 snack brands hiding behind familiar packages while delivering sodium overload, synthetic dyes, and chemical preservatives, plus 4 brands proving that delicious and clean can absolutely coexist. Before your next grocery run, flip those packages over and actually read what you're buying. If this changed how you think about snacking, share it with someone who deserves to know what they're really eating. Thanks for watching.